Mel Harris, excuse me, Garbage Man Piper, coming to you from the backstage of the Garbage Man Piper studio, my garage. This VR today is all about the Briar Blues Challenge number 2. Navy, Dunhill Navy rolls and Escudo. All right, so Mad Mike sent us 3 samples of tobacco as a recap. A was just for us. Here, guys, here's a benchmark for you, and it was nice. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Mike. And then B and C was either Dunhill Navy rolls or Escudo, or both were Dunhill Navy rolls, or both were Escudo. So I got my notes here. I am smoking a really cool pipe that Road Glide Solly gave me. Brian, thank you. This is my first chooch in it, and I'm enjoying it. It's a nice smoker. In it, I'm actually smoking some McClellan's 40th anniversary and some Christmas cheer. I think 2000 something. Anyways, 13. So anyways, let's get on with this. Nice pipe. I got my sample a week ago today, and I think I did my first video either Monday or Tuesday on it. And then Tuesday evening, since Tuesday evening, I pretty much haven't tasted much of anything. My sinuses are all inflamed and whatnot, snoring like a freight train. And so I pretty much have to go off of my initial notes. I did smoke all but the last. I got a coin of Navy. Well, I've got 2 coins left, one in B and one in C. So here are my findings. I torched up B. B I let dry for an hour and a half. And lit it up. At first, the char light, the false light, and then the char light and the initial light, actually, whatever, the 2 lights, they it was a little bitey at first through just that first getting it lit and getting it going. The first quarter of the bowl was very smooth. It is a vapor. It's a Virginia Perique. I don't do a lot of tasting in my mouth with the smoke. I really don't get anything. Most of my sensing of the flavors and whatnot are coming through a retrohell. So I enjoyed the retrohell. I think if I could just smell the tobacco, I'd rather just smell it than smoke it. So some of the notes. The retrohell was spicy at first, and then as we got through that first quarter into the half bowl, it smoothened out to just a real yummy, creamy, nice room note. The half bowl was real kind of a toasty, kind of a doughy toastiness, which was amazing. I think in my last video I called it my Nirvana smoke. I had never had that great a smoke, and I think after thinking about why, that's all I was doing, was just sitting there smoking my pipe for these two B and C samples that I actually did. So I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. Normally, hey Bugman, how you doing, buddy? Normally I'm busy. I'm doing something. I'm packing boxes. I'm jarring tobacco. I'm doing something. And I just took the time and went through the process of trying to pick out all the different flavors and whatnot. I moved on to, I likened it to toast with green chili jelly on it. I just summarized that by saying it's a toast with some green chili jelly on it. Just a nice heat with a nice toasty taste. Then I went to C, still using the Naked Canadian. I let it dry for an hour. The char light, what I was getting off of it was more of a hay, more of a, in my mind, I have a younger tobacco, maybe not as aged as the first one that I smoked. It smoothed out though, really quick, more hay notes. The room note was a nice toasty, doughy smell. The smoke seemed fuller on the retrohell, spicier. I put in my notes, just tastes like a younger tobacco. Not as creamy as the first smoke, but well balanced. The Virginias and the Periques seem to be balanced well. And even though I don't eat a lot of citrus, I was pulling more of a citrus note out of it than the first one, which, like I said before, I think we're all captive to the foods we eat and our palates. I think the food we eat has a lot to do with the smoke that we taste. That's just kind of how I'm seeing it. My note I have on the side between B and C is different. I noted that I felt like these two were different. Last week before last, when I was studying for this, I likened B more to Navy or Dunhill Navy rolls, and the younger tasting tobacco to a Scudo. And that's kind of where I'm going with this. Like I said, I didn't get as good of the flavors as I did that very first one, so I'm kind of leaning heavier on that with all the stuff that's going on in my head and sinuses. But I'm saying B is Dunhill Navy rolls, and C is the Escudo, and I think it's a younger Escudo. So, Mike, there you go. And I know you've already sent out the invite for round 3. Well, I'm in, so you can get that package out to me whenever you'd like. Mel Harris, Garbage Man Piper saying, I think I nailed it. You all be safe out there.